Right.
All I did was leave about just do your rehab and keep moving and doing it, even though, yeah, I mean, it's December 30th. I mean, well, January 1, actually. So, yeah, I went 3 miles on the treadmill yesterday with this. Year or day before that, two and a half. Day before that, two and a half. So, oh, yeah. Yeah. The pain I was in, the pain I was in. Of course, I had this one done 9 years ago. Yeah. So the pain that I was in prior to this surgery was rough at night. Boom, 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 boom. Hot, so hot from bone to bone. Yeah, yeah. I would do it over and over and over and over. So you got you're gonna have a couple days that are a little uncomfortable, but um, day day one I used a walker to get home. Day two I went to rehab. Used a walker there. Got rid of the walker. On day three, no crutches, no pain, no nothing on day three. So yeah, so yeah, so yeah. When is it, May? Are you walking out? I mean, walk every day. Get that strong. Walk an hour every day. That helps get you stretch your hamstring. It starts building muscle, and then so when all that go gets disturbed and everything, you come back so much quicker. Walk. It sounds stupid. Walk. You still got a piece of walk squats. Week, 5 weeks. Start doing it. You'll be glad you did.
I'll give her
Yeah. Yeah, I can do the same thing too. So yeah, they saw
I'll just
some
go after lunch. I mean,
abnormal
after
after
lunch,
that.
have her introduce
One
herself.
defib, but it was so good. So I set it up to O'Shaughnessy.
Got you for on that.
Yeah, you're stupid.
We're good.
We run with
Can't
the
chat.
right off the so,
Okay. We need a
yeah,
gavel.
they do it like they used to be on. Oh, did they do that?
There is one here somewhere. I can take that shovel up there and beat it on the.
Yeah, yeah. It's all healing. A lot of big brownies from surgery. Hey, Thomas.
Okay, folks, I think we're ready to start the meeting here. Okay. Welcome everyone. Sorry we're running a little late. We got a new state-of-the-art system here, so we're trying to work the bugs out. But appreciate everyone's patience. We actually beat the deadline, didn't we, fellas? I think it was June 1st. Sweet. July 1st. Okay, so required by Indiana state law. This is live stream also, so I hope everybody can hear us now. We got some new speakers, got mics. We're pretty we're high tech here today from here on out. So, anyways, I'm going to call the Huntington County Board of Commissioners meeting March 24, 2025 to order. First order of business on the agenda is minutes.
Well, makes a motion to approve the minutes. I don't like this.
Motion
Loud.
motion by Commissioner Wall to approve the minutes as presented. Second by
Stuff.
Commissioner Stoffel. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed. Motion's carried. Thank you. Gentlemen, claims and payroll.
I would like to bundle those, please, and pass them as one.
Commissioner Stoffel makes a motion to bundle claims and payroll as presented. Need a second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Wall. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed. Motion's carried. Thank you. Real quick, we have a young lady from the Bowman Center, and we'll just let her step up to the podium and introduce herself, and we'll then we'll move on with our meeting.
Public is saying they can't hear the audio. Can't. Not in here. Someone texts me and says they can't hear the audio.
We can hear you.
Well, good morning. I'm Katie Shomo. I am the new Director of Community Engagement with Bowen Health. I have been with Bowen since 2016 and kind of fulfilled all the roles within Bowen. Most recently, I started our counties in Grant, Howard, Cass, and Tipton County. So I'm really excited to be back in Huntington
Next item on the agenda, Bob Jeffers, Thomas Fuller, EMA BIPAS tornado sign.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
What brings EMA here today is topic of tornado siren, mainly in Memphis. We had experienced that outage. The siren wasn't working. We discovered that on March 11th during our statewide drill. So it's important to us. Thomas got a hold of Young Electric right away, and they checked into it. RMC ended up taking the siren down for us, free of charge, and then Young Electric dove into the motor and found out the bushings had been chewed by a varmint of some sort. And they reconnected them, and RMC was kind enough to put it back up on full for us, and it worked. So it's a 1960s siren. We're going to have a little expense involved in the Young Electric bill, but it's back in operation. It has a pretty good radius. Luckily, RMC is not going to charge us anything, but we do budget $1,000 a year for siren repair, and I usually end up spending that on one siren in particular. I was just wondering, Bob, can you hear the siren from your house?
I can, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thomas has a proposal here that he's passed out to everybody, which is another option if we replace the siren. We would naturally need about $14,000 to do so. Thomas, can you explain what you've done on this process and what this proposal consists of?
So I actually got two different quotes. I didn't include the same quote because Federal Signal wanted $35,000 for one siren. I didn't feel like I wanted to waste your guys' time with that. So I went with this siren, the Century siren. We have a couple of these in Huntington City. It's the model 7B8. They work pretty well. I have contacted some different agencies that use this system, and they've had them for 20 years, and they're still working just fine. I guess the main thing I want to stress here is the model of sirens that they used in the 1960s is there's a separate bushing unit on the system. So we got to look at it separate because it's a sealed motor and it's a lot of strain. They're not what we're doing. So if that was the case, the motor went out, we would have another option at this. And so I wanted to kind of present this to you guys because Century, they still offer parts from their 1970 models also. So if you look through that proposal there, there's a radius. It's the same radius as current siren there, as 28,000 feet. 2,800 feet is the coverage radius, so it covers the whole town of Memphis. Still,
But in reference in that coverage area, your house is way out the radius.
Yeah, I can hear it though.
Okay.
yep, and that's probably because of just the weather and everything else. Today's a pretty flat area, so that's more likely why. And you should still be able to hear that siren from your house. And then we would also be upgrading the control box inside. It's still going to be using VHF to control it, which is a good thing. And then at the bottom of that, we'll also see another bill for your electric to install all that. And then the total price for all that would be $13,774. We have money from our auctions, and that would cover this siren. And we just kind of wanted to get the commissioners' opinion on it, if that's okay, and what your thoughts are.
Have you been listening to the conversations on the news about Fort Wayne getting rid of all their sirens?
I have been watching some of that developed. I know that they're still maintaining their current system, but they decided not to expand. So some communities have decided not to expand. Some have decided, okay, we're going to continue to maintain the current systems we have. And as they go on, they might decide to add one more siren as another hazard addition develops. Because the thing that we push is we're having multiple ways to receive alerts. So that's through WIA, which is your wireless alerting system for your phones. EAS, that's your TV, and then your other radio. And then when you're outside, you can have that fourth layer, which is your outdoor warning sirens. And that's the main thing that the push is. More than likely, you're not going to hear that siren inside, but if you're outside, you're going to hear that siren. And that's kind of to save lives. And I see tornado sirens still being in the future, in the next 30 years, because I guess the main thing to also stress about this is still using older technology. We don't have to rely on the internet or cellular connections to work still. So let's say somehow the cell service goes down, I won't be able to send out an alert through WIA because that relies on a cellular Wi-Fi connection. But I'll still be able to set off the siren
heard my phone going off, and then I also heard the siren going off. I think this is real. So
Yeah. So the bottom line is the siren is working. It's working as it did before it was damaged by the varmints, and it's operational. So
sure.
it's a 1960 siren that we can use, and or we can replace it. So we kind of want to give you guys the options.
Sure. Well, the surplus property is sold. It all goes back into county general. I would be in favor. I'm pretty sure Terry and Bob would be also. Uh, Going to them and saying, hey, we sold these vehicles. We'd like to see that money's being spent on this siren to bring it up to speed. But I believe we need to do a long-term look at the remaining sirens.
Correct.
And how many is there?
We have 26, and I'm actually currently working on I did email the company, and they're going to actually send us a whole new quote for a whole new system, but that's going to be in the $250,000 range.
Okay.
And what they're going to do.
Possibly there's going to be grants for that, correct?
And we have
Last year, we submitted a grant for 150,000 for tornado sirens. It got denied. For various reasons. It's their scoring system. If they gave us money in the past, which they have, we would just find points out of 30 right there. So there's other people scoring higher because they haven't gotten the funding that we've gotten here. So
We just need a consensus from all of us, right, Rob, to go to county council with our recommendation to see if they would do that for you. But I think we need to look at the long term. And I know if the grants be persistent, eventually you'll get it, right?
yes, we try every year, whether they deny us or not.
And I will send you guys the email when I get that back from the company, just so you can see the long-term look at what sirens you replaced, and then what other recommendations from our company. And we're going to continue staying with PHA.
And I would do a poll on your Facebook account or something about the effectiveness of these sirens. I pretty much listen to them all the time. We was raised in that generation, but I everyone knew coming in, it's all the technology, and hey, if it beeps on my phone, it's going to happen too. But it'd be nice to know, do they really feel it's effective for our community for us to pursue to keep putting these sirens in? I'm personally going to say yes, it is. We just need to look at this. I'm not an elected member, I'm a county commissioner, and I see why they're kind of opting out of it. But they're having a lot of schools can hear the sirens, right? Every school gets.
I think originally when they were installed, if a school's been built since they've been installed, it might not be as close as it used to be.
Well, we're talking about Andrews. We know that's not a problem down there.
Yeah. And Roanoke's not a problem. We've
Roanoke's
built
not a
way
problem.
up on
And
the
Flint
hill.
Springs would be the other one. So yeah.
And the good thing is we have good coverage on all the parks throughout the county. So
Okay.
if they're just playing outside for some reason, they're going to hear that siren, and hopefully they know there's shelter. They've been taught that.
So do you need a motion for the?
We can take a motion.
Yeah, motion.
We post it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a
I'll
motion.
make a motion to proceed forward.
Motion by Commissioner Stoffel.
I'll second it.
Second by Commissioner Wall.
To move forward with buying the siren for Pippus.
We're going to have to go for an additional county council. But, so.
Yeah. And also, would you send a letter to the CEO of REMC for thanking them for letting his crews go out there and help us with that? REMC, Mr. Roll. Yeah.
And they're also going to come back out and install it for us too when we get the new siren, if we do.
Okay.
So
Super.
they told us they would do that for us.
The rep we dealt with was Mike Kelsey. I don't know if he's actually the CEO.
Okay. He's not the CEO for all this, but we can address it from both of them. So
Okay, we got a motion, a second on the floor on the siren for Bippus. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. No opposition. Motion's carried. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, super. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Have a great day.
Phil. Phil, do you have anything for us? We got a few minutes here.
Yes. Well, they'll give it to your other reporter, and Eileen can have this.
This is a question for you three and actually Mr. Boxberger. I have a gentleman out at the O'Donnell Center that's riding his electric scooter, sidewalks, etc. I tried approaching. He stayed away from me. Do we need to put an ordinance together to keep bikes, scooters, all that off the sidewalks so we can enforce it, I guess?
We're
Which sidewalk are you talking about, Phil?
Outfield Donald Center. I got a guy on a scooter that's buzzing all over the place. I tried to approach him and he stays away from me. I don't know what he's up to. Um, you guys, I guess I.
See a client there?
Nope. Nope.
Oh, it's not.
No, I went down to talk to community corrections. We pulled him up on the camera and he's not a participant out there. So.
It's electric
City's got an
scooter.
ordinance
Mhm.
for this in the downtown area that's
Yeah.
enforced all the time. It's on the city side.
Will that work on our property as well?
Well, not
The
not
city's
the
won't,
city.
no.
Right.
But I'm just saying for one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we could use a very similar one.
Right.
Yeah, if that's
Okay.
something you wanted to put in place. I mean, if it's a safety issue, you can enforce it
Yeah.
regardless.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you feel like maybe it's something that needs
There's
to be.
bicycle, scooters, skateboards.
Yeah. Yeah.
skateboards,
Basically,
all
this.
of it.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. We can enforce it. Do we need to put an ordinance together? Or
Well, I would say both. You can do both. I mean, if him riding the scooter is a safety issue, obviously we have the ability to stop him. But if you want to implement a policy to make it, known more public that hey, this is
okay.
not on a case by case basis because maybe just going down the sidewalk is not a safety issue. So
Is it just one?
Yeah, it's just the one individual.
Can I make a suggestion?
Absolutely.
Why don't you call the police the next
Okay.
time that happens? Have the police come out and talk to them. If that doesn't work, then we'll invest the money.
it's a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Answers that question.
People just riding their bikes through that.
And that's fine if you're on the roadway, but
On the road.
On the roadway. No, he's buzzing around the sidewalks
Right.
through the middle of the campus.
Okay.
The back drive where a lot of people walk, that
Right.
main asphalt path.
would you stop by and tell Andy Ellett and Chris McCutcheon what's going on? That
Sure.
Let dispatch know that a call may be forthcoming.
Yep.
So they can be prepared for it and know how to handle it then.
Okay, I'll do that. Fantastic. Thank you. We have an Otis outstanding invoice. I don't know if you gentlemen saw the emails going back and forth with regards to the elevator over here. It was work that had to be done. Sweet knew about it as well for the elevator. And it's my understanding if we didn't do the work, the fire marshal will shut it down. So, long story short, I don't know that there was even a motion out there just to go ahead and do it. So I guess I'm asking to pay this invoice, this outstanding invoice. Kim did get the late fee taken off of it. It's like a $180 late fee. And then the $1,000 was for your quarterly. Yeah. So we roughly got a yeah, and then another little over $1,000. So oh, actually, right here's the summary.
What's the total, Phil?
We have the outstanding invoice is $4,042.50, and then the quarterly item that Sweet was just talking about is $1,885.74.
That's an inspection service.
Quarterly, we can have these.
Yeah. That's a state requirement also, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Motion by Commissioner Stoffel, second by
Appreciate that.
It needs to come out of courthouse queue.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Was that in your motion?
I'll second that.
courthouse Kim. Second by Commissioner Wall. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.
Thanks for handling
No
that.
opposed, motion's
Yep.
carried. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Just so people in here know, when it comes out of courthouse queue, it has to come through us to get permission to use the money. We just don't give any department head that, but it was something that was obviously tripped on. We'll
Yep.
get it taken care of. Thanks
Yep.
for everyone to get the late fees off.
Sure. Another item, other emails going back and forth with regards to the Daughters of the American Revolution, trying to put a couple lights outside, and talking with Greg, we can't just put 2 lights up top. I don't know if you guys have any suggestions what we want to do. We don't want to take down the security lights outside, obviously.
What color they want to turn the
It's just 2 white lights, just 2 basically where Paul Rivera was riding, coming in.
I just want to do this for one night.
Yeah, June 14th, I think it was. If we can come up, you guys want to to try to come up with a solution or something to do.
How about working with them and coming up with,
Okay.
I mean, they could probably supply some lights or whatever, and we can figure out a way, a place to
Yes.
place it that it looks like a decent display, I guess, is my thoughts, you know.
All the lights are shut off here for one night, the security system still.
Show the dome lights with 2 flashlights or something like in the dome.
There you go.
I mean, you know, we had the colors on our dome, and then that also one night, and it's put 2 light bulbs.
Yeah, I think
like
Okay.
something. I mean, we can do something like that.
I mean,
I mean,
you got a horse, right? You want to come in and
yeah.
I want the pickety clack, pickety clack. You're giving me permission to ride in the courthouse yard? Heck
I think that's a great idea,
Yeah,
actually.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Tom,
I'm in.
Tom just volunteered to ride his horse and have a couple lights on
Okay.
his horse.
Yeah.
We live stream, put a camera on Friday.
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, we'll get that ironed out and figure out something. DLZ's work that we're doing out there with the grant work with regards to the windows and the roofing. I just need your blessing to go out to bids. We're working out the dates yet, but it'll be within probably next month. So,
If we don't forget the windows at the jail.
Yep. Yep. We got other things over there. Yeah. Yeah. So if I can get you guys some blessing to put it out to bid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Get some bids.
Fantastic. Sacred Heart Building, Parkview Inn. I have a contractor right now. We're working together for a budget number so we know where we stand for the renovation. I'll probably have that later this week.
Parkview.
Yeah. Yep. So and I showed them a revised layout. Actually, I'll give you guys a copy so you can see it. They don't have a problem with working with us. I did a quick sketch of how we're going to lay it out for them. They were good with it. I found a way to deal with the sink issue on the drain, so we got that worked out.
Did you draw this?
Partially.
Good for you. I'm glad.
That goes back to the old school.
I'm glad it didn't cut up the whole room. I like
No,
this.
I tried to work it out to where working around the windows, HVAC, sprinkler heads, etc.
Gotcha.
It still keeps its median area. Right. It's good. So it should work out well, I think. But yeah. Okay.
Looks good.
Okay. I will sir. I will keep the gentleman posted on that as the budget number comes in so we know where we need to go.
So cleaning up the property lines with St. Anne's.
That's in the works.
Okay.
I did have a conversation with Aaron, the director. Elaine. Aaron said Elaine was aware that we were looking at that building, so I'm going to revise that exhibit that we presented at one time, and then I will get with you gentlemen how we want to approach
We've
it.
been going back and forth with emails for quite some time.
Quite some time, yeah, quite some time. So we'll get that in the works.
We wouldn't be opposed to compensating them to a fair amount on that property.
Yeah, and I think it's the conversation we need to have with regards to the roadway. I mean, part of our agreement is we maintain it anyhow. So we'll work with that. The back building, it's going to need some work, but we'll secure it and we'll deal with it from there. But we'll need a roof at some point. So. Heritage Days, I believe we got the liability additional board insurance, so we should be squared away on that part of it. I think just an FYI, the university was out there last week doing some filming. It's my understanding for the St. Anne's. There might be a couple shots at the O'Donnell Center, but they'll keep us in the loop, and obviously we'll get the blessing to do that. So, other than that, that's all I got.
Chris McCutcheon's out there.
Oh, I'll go catch him now. Oh, okay. Fantastic.
Right.
Yep.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Phil.
great.
No, appreciate it. Thank you. It's it's almost 9 o'clock. We're gonna step out in the rotunda for a proclamation, Child Abuse Awareness Month, with a joint proclamation with the city of Huntington. So we're gonna step out in the rotunda for a minute, folks.
But I did ultimately
don't have anything to do with it. I'm in the same substation I'm in. Is that going okay with you? You don't have anything. That's interesting. I keep us in the loop because we got this one speaker out there, wonderful. But I suppose okay, really good. I think we should agree with that. Right here's the cross. Right here. Richard shows us. Yeah, this is this is like here right here. This section right here. There's 10 acres in that section. You think it needs some rain on one side? What the is half of that field, so about 10 acres, floods when you get heavy rains. Thanks for getting scrapped. Like so, very little else we can do that. So I put a 6-inch cross diagonally across that intersection years ago and ran it down here and didn't have time. But since then, all the utilities has came down this side down the others.
Taking it out.
Sure. Well, they would hammer through that. Don't even care about us doing that. But there's 6 or 8 different lines going through here. So anyhow, that's not a big So you can cross over here and there. Right here. Now that's Wells County. So I only need okay. Okay. But we
Stay out of that.
I've got 16 to $14,000 invested. 14.5 Jerry Falls. We split this and bought brand new 18 to 15 to 12 outlets from this little bits right down through here. And my water's and the county has a surface water coming off the roads. It's big. Nowhere for it to go. How much is the water going to be to go in there? How big does it have to be? 12. There's a 12-inch we're coming across with. And there's a big 12-inch water here to go in on that side. So what you're putting in there, we're going to stand right here and collect it and run off the road? Yep. That's what it is. Yep. Because we got to fill this surface. Would you be opposed to being paid for that culvert? I'm going to suggest that I just whenever we can help get water off the road, we can help do. I think we can probably do it. We have the guy who's going to do that for you. I'll pay you for it. So I'll tell you, most times I won't offer that to you. No. Yeah, the Coast Hill Springer we did. Just say, okay. I just want to know where we're at. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly where we're at. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that way we can get our water off our road, but help us all together. That water pressure will help you. Yeah. If here's the deal, it sounds like semi-truck there's something damaged with it. It's going to count and it's not for you. And what's going to happen if it's damaged, you're going to be somewhere out of town. So you guys can take care of it. Or leave it for the kids to fix later on. That's what I do for my kids. He's not smiling too much. Yeah. Okay, good deal. Whenever Rob's ready, he's in charge. So I just wanted to ask you that. I mean, see if you'd be okay with some participation. So what I've heard makes sense. So okay. Do you have my number? I do off here. Trust, no trust, yeah.
Yeah, don't post that out there.
I kind of like to know how we're doing hard on the state. That's a really big deal for us. So, yeah. They're kicking the can down the road for some reason. You know, we could challenge something on that.
Here again, please. Next on the agenda is Chris Geiger. Chris, you got the floor, sir. Yeah, sure, if you don't mind.
That's our hot seat.
Okay. Chris Geiger and Jace Geiger, my son. We're here this morning to discuss a surface water issue that we're having in Section 13, Union Township. And it's surrounded by county roads 600 east and 400 north. There's approximately 10 acres of our farmland that is flooded whenever we have heavy rains. And it's due to there's no culvert to handle the surface water from that roughly 10 acres of that field. We have the surface water from our field as well as the surface water from 2 county roads. It's been a problem for quite some time. We had a smaller 6-inch tile that we personally installed years ago, went through diagonally through that intersection. It's a private tile, and since then it's been destroyed by the utility companies. And so we had an opportunity with a local landowner adjacent to me to share a cost of a 18-inch tile to 15 to 12. Terry Foss and his son Brian, we shared the cost, brought it up through their farms from an open ditch, and then right to the county road where we'd like to cross into my farm. And here to ask that we could get financial assistance or help to share the cost or take care of the cost for that culvert pipe. Not a culvert, I shouldn't say culvert. It's actually a county. It's a tile. It's a double wall tile, and we will cross the road and then bring it up and have a 12-inch surface drain to handle that surface water. And so far, I've got about roughly $14,500 invested in this outlet to get it to the road. So without the cost of that, I wouldn't be here today asking for help from the county to take care of the crossing of the road. So that cost is, and I attached some documents there. The total cost is $4,890. The material cost, the tile to actually go across under the road, is $805. So most of the cost of that $4,890 would be the excavation and the labor to install that pipe and then to repave the road, patch the road after that's done. So we have to open cut the road, lay the tile in, the 12-inch tile, and then backfill it with stone, and then put the hot mix on it. So I guess today I'd like to ask that if you'd be willing to share that, or maybe take care of the whole $4,890, or I take care of the $805 of pipe, and you guys pay the $4,085, or maybe you could use your county people to do the installation, and it wouldn't cost $4,085.
Sitting on the drainage board, this is something that is not a county regulated ditch, but I'll tell you the commissioners have before participated in a crossing like this when you put an outlet there to get the surface water away from the road, because that's very beneficial to us to keep the roadways from flooding and give that intersection a place for the water to go. I would be in favor of doing that. I guess we could work with coordination with county highway. They're all setting in here. You're working with a contractor, and if they want to get across there, and, if you have a set grade, we have the capability of doing culverts and putting the stone in, and bringing the sandpipe in, and maybe putting what do you call that when you put riprap around the bowl? There you go. So, and they can help support that. I think we can probably do that for him, couldn't we? I'm not the one that's going to have to do it. So that would be my suggestion, because whenever we can participate with a property owner to get water off of our roadways, and I guess my biggest deal is too, is that culvert under the ground, we want to make sure it's ours. If something happens to that or someone destroys that, we have resources to penalize whoever would damage that pipe or maybe plug that pipe that you would have as a property owner. And you don't want to kick this down the road for generations to come with your family saying, well, whose pipe is this and whatever. And also, we could waive the permitting fees also to go across our county road. That would be my suggestion to the other two commissioners.
One question, could it be done before spring so that our crop wouldn't be at risk of flooding again? And
That's
if,
what I was going to ask.
I know the climatologists say we're supposed to have heavy rains this spring, and I'm thinking we've already spent all this money to get it up there. Is there any way we can get it so we can save our crop this year?
Probably do it next week.
So that was my question is,
Oh, that'd be great.
what's on your schedule? Can you get it done before
Yeah,
the weather gets us?
I don't have a heavy schedule as of right now on pipe. I may have stuff to do, but it's nothing like this. It's just replacing pipes that are rusted out and stuff.
Is there any,
Let's do the whole thing. Yeah, we'll buy the pipe also.
They buy the pipe, we can all install and backfill and fix the.
how about if we purchase the pipe and it's gonna be ours, and then when you guys come up with a bill, we'll see if we can maybe use some monies out of county highway and come to the commissioners for the remainder, and we'll figure out the dollars at a later date.
Size of pipe.
It's 12 inch. In fact, actually, I've got the pipe out there right now at the corner of the road bundled.
Oh, you've got it.
And we might be able to take it back, but Lannis Farm Drainage, Lannis and Sons,
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed out there.
I know.
Yeah.
I've done them.
I don't know if you noticed the
Typically-
pipes are, there's the list on that one page.
I guess if you don't mind, we let him look
read
at the pipe
Okay.
pricing, because typically we get a lot better
Better deal.
price than what other people do, and plus we don't have to pay sales tax,
Okay.
which you do.
Is
So
12 big enough?
Yeah, I think it would be. 12 is big enough.
You don't anticipate any more water coming from any other areas? That's it.
Tie on in the future.
We will tie onto it, yes.
So
And that will,
do an 18 or,
Yeah, I'm just thinking 12, oh, small.
I mean, it's a little bit expensive to put an 18-inch and then put 2 T's, with 2 risers for catching the side ditch, and you can reduce down and run. That way, if you ever decide to go bigger, you can. I mean,
That's something you should think about.
yeah, yeah.
what are you running into it? 12 inch?
Yeah, that's the thing. We're running a 12 up to it.
Oh.
They already have a 12.
So
They have to go through a county road in Wells County too, so they're probably gonna be
is
12 also.
is there a possibility you could install a culvert as a overflow in case it?
as an equalizer.
Yeah, in case this wouldn't
we
handle
do
it.
that sometimes, but I'm not gonna put your water onto the guy across the road.
Right.
So his field, so your
No.
field's not flooded. So then, in that case, I'm not getting in the middle of that one and put it in.
Yeah, the only way that could ever work is if,
You own both sides of the road, and I'll flood both sides. I don't care. If it's someone else,
right,
they're not gonna want your water.
no,
So that's your problem. So that's usually, that's why we like to size the pipe big enough that it can handle it, somewhat handle it. I mean,
I think 12 will do it.
12
Literally.
Twelve smooth all pipe.
So is that
It's-
motion?
That'd be Wells motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, no opposition.
You're gonna do all the work for this, you're gonna fund the bill, and everything's gonna be good. And also in that, there was that they're going to stand right there to take care of our water.
It's standbys on both sides of both sides of the road.
That'd be good. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for your $14,500 investment at this point.
So, you're saying the spring rains have already started. I don't know if you looked outside lately, but just saying. Yeah. Yeah. I went and looked at my garden, and that's about it. Yeah.
Sweet, we got, you're up next, sir.
I'm gonna make a motion real quick that we do a quick pay on the
Otis,
Otis for the elevator. I don't want any more late fees, so I want to do a quick pay on that.
okay, motion by Commissioner Stoffel, do a quick pay on the Otis elevator invoice, second by
Wall.
Commissioner Wall. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion's carried. Thank you.
Hey, Chris, stand outside and have Mr. Wickersham talk to you real quick.
Hold on a second, Sweet. I'm gonna give Mark the floor here real quick. Just,
No, that's not.
just,
You mind?
right. So, but Mark's got something to talk to us about real quick too. He wants to give us a quick update. Yeah.
Okay, starting now. I just appreciate the chance this morning. I wanted to share with you that I was at the Markle Town Council on Wednesday evening last week with Sortera Technologies Corporation, who is proposing and was approved for an abatement for a $15 million investment at Markle to make their company even bigger. Just want to make sure you have that information.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Yep.
Yep.
The public is still saying they cannot hear our feet.
Work in progress. I can do it.
Okay.
Thanks, Mark.
All right. Just so you
Yeah, no. Maybe this mic up your mouth.
I think it's you're so far away when you're talking to
that's
your
where I want to be.
So for recorder's office, her wife from Prentice took a holy night and took away. It's not working, so I got a new proposal from Rico to release for 60. I just need you guys to sign it. She's gonna pay for it out of her professional fund.
Okay.
It's a white form that she used to record all her deeds and stuff like that. So
Have a motion for that.
Well, makes a motion to accept that agreement.
Yes, it's a standard RICO agreement. It's gonna say QP that we use
Motion by, motion by Commissioner Wall, second by
Stoffel.
Commissioner Stoffel. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed. Motion's carried. Thank you. I can sign it. Just one. Just two pages.
Thanks, guys. That's it.
Couple minutes here, we're gonna have a public hearing, so we still got 2 minutes to wait here.
Chief, I'd like to make a motion that we approve our applications for permitting on utilities. I have 4 of them. This is a broadband utility line. Work is going to be done at 935 County Road 1100 North. Same way with this one. This utility is at 800 North and 950 West. That's a broadband utility line. And this one is at Market at 8910 Market Street. Surveyor and county have signed off on it already.
Okay, got a motion on the floor by Commissioner Stoffel for permits for utilities.
Well, second.
Second by Commissioner Wall. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed. Motion's carried. Thank you. Okay, it is. Got another minute here. We'll open up public hearing. Okay, it's 9:45. Gonna open a public hearing for these two addresses, 4565 and 4539 East Station Road, Roanoke, Indiana, unsafe order. Greg, can you speak to that for us, please?
We got a complaint on these two properties. These are on Station Road in Roanoke. We made an inspection there a couple months ago. The owners didn't show up. Sent them a letter that we was going to be on site. So we waited out front there for them. And nobody showed up and didn't contact the office. So that's where we stand right now.
What was the complaint?
No gutters on the buildings. They looked unkept, abandoned, and mold. We've had a complaint and order on these properties from a couple years ago that we released with the contention that they would fix them up and make them livable, and that hasn't been done yet. So we're ready to put another order on it for demolition.
Okay.
Want to speak to the owners, obviously.
And I think he's here.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. If you can have a seat, Greg. We'll have the owner come up and we'll let him speak, and then we'll speak. After we hear that, we'll close the public hearing out. And, yeah. Just state your name and address, sir.
Jesse Perez. My Roanoke address or my personal?
Your personal address.
110 South Rufus.
What is it?
110 South Rufus, New Haven.
Okay. Jesse, before you get going, I want to ask you a question. Did you get the letter?
No, I didn't understand that there was any implication of me being a part of it. I didn't understand what it was. No.
Jesse, you've been through this before because I remember you being in front of us before.
Yeah.
It makes me very angry that our people have to go out there and stand and wait for somebody to show up. And I mean, we literally have lots of things to do. And this is the kind of stuff that bogs us down.
Yeah. So I'm sorry about that. I didn't know that I had to be there. The issues with the houses are there's some septic issues I'm trying to deal with. There was a ditch at one point behind my property where the runoff and the rainwater and some things went to, and that's been filled in, and a pond was put in, And so I've just been tracing all that back, and I haven't started anything on the houses yet because this is the main issue I've been trying to take care of. And so there was an order put on it, and then the order came off, and then I had a complaint when I started digging up for septic, and then I went and talked to the county, and they guaranteed me that they could get septics and we could do this and get it working, and that kind of went dry. But from what I've been finding out is that my neighbor put a pond in behind me and crushed all my water that ran off to the little river and to the creek that was back there. And so when I bought the property, they said, yeah, everything runs back there. This house was fine. The power just got shut off. And then this one, it started backfilling. I just thought it was a broken tile. So I started doing some more investigation, and I found that there's been a pond put in at one point, and then there was still a creek, and then it was filled in, and slowly it's been filled in. And then the backflow to the pond has been flowing right where that creek was. And so when he built his pond, he dammed it right where the creek was, where all my watershed was going. And then he put a bunch of trees and built up the other side behind it, so everything started flowing. And from what he told me was he was going to use that area. He kept it out of like a nature conserve, because he was going to use it for septic and drainage. But then, so now I'm finding that the people before me were going over and moving tiles to other tiles, but then those got broken and broken, and so they've moved them down to different field tiles for the water runout, but it's all been dammed up, and now it's blocking back in, and I think the neighbor's got his septic going into the pond, flowing back onto the property now. So I don't know, because he's got a house back there, and he said he could join with the city. It was going to be like $100,000 that they were going to dig under and go to the river. He didn't want to do it. And so he's been using the old septic, but with the pond, I have pictures if you want to see them. The pond that got put in, I don't know where his septic could even be going. And so
When did this pond get put in, you're talking about?
the first one was put in like 2012.
So our surveyors.
So it grows significantly over time. So I have pictures if you want to see them.
First off, I don't care about the pond. I don't care
That's
about
why.
the septic system.
So
We're here for this order.
that's the thing. So the houses, if I can't get septics on them, there's no point in me finishing the whole inside. So I've got everything clean, stripped. The houses are dry. The roofs are fine. All the windows on the inside have plastic. There's animal cages in the bottom, the basement, and the crawl space. Like everything's sealed up. There's a hole in the garage roof. It's all sealed up tarps. You know, I go over and I fix them as much as I can, but I can't really move any farther with the houses until I get the septic done. And the septic, she told me, I guarantee you, she said, I told your lawyer, which wasn't my lawyer, I told your lawyer that I guarantee we can get septics on this property. And I didn't believe her because it was a federal floodway, Alicia Simmons. And then so I've been going back trying to trace it all. And then so the neighbor wanted to buy the property, and I didn't want to sell it. And so he's been complaining and writing these complaints over and over and over. So the last time, right before this one came, we were really close to a sale. And he just wanted me to lose money on it, and I couldn't. And he owns all the property, so I have no problem selling it to him. But I just could not lose money on it. And then after that, he just came down on me. And then there's been shootings in the neighborhood. The neighbor, Craig Parker. And so,
Was your property where the trailer or the mobile home thing was that got shot by the?
no, but there were shots on my side too. So there's been, and then from the hunters, I've had windows shot out. I mean, I'm fixing what I can, but I got to get the septic and my drain water fixed first.
Do you have anything from Alicia saying that the septic system would go in there?
Well, she gave me a permit
She said
to remodel.
She said the septic's okay. On both, just which house is the septic okay on?
Well, they're both been moved to a different, they've been scooted down, I think. I don't know 100%. I'm still tracing it all. So I was supposed to be working with her. This new complaint that just came right after the sale didn't happen. So I have been doing these properties. I didn't know I was obligated because they said they were going to get a warrant if I didn't agree to it. And I didn't know what that even meant. I didn't understand that I had an obligation to
I think they
open
wanted
up.
to inspect the inside of the house to make sure it was safe, no mold, you know, that.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been working on it. We just got them fixed up. You guys all agreed that they were worth saving last year. You know, they're only better. They're significantly better right now. Everything's clean. Everything's been stripped. Everything's, you know, I'm working as hard as I can on this project. You guys know what this building and this place looked like before I came here. I put $60,000 of my own money and time into this just to find out that the neighbor has crushed everything that would have made it worth it. And the neighbor claims that a lot of different things. But I mean, I'm not here to say that everything's his problem, but I'm saying that that's why I haven't been able to clean the windows and put the, and then so also I was told that I could remodel these houses with no permits. And then so I went to upgrade the power to 220, and then I called down to the wherever to tell them that I need to get an inspection to try to get this power on. And she said, "Well, you have to pull permits if you're not living there." But I can't live there until I get it going. But I can't until I get the sewer figured out, because I started tracing them, and once I got back to a certain point, they all backfilled from that pond, and it started flowing back to my property through the field tiles. Now that it's dug up and it's just washing and eroding everything, but I also think it's black water draining into the pond. So I've been trying to figure this whole thing out, and I've been scrubbing human feces off the floors of this property for 6 months. I mean, if I could go any faster, I would. And I'm really sorry about the last meeting. I didn't know I was obligated to go to that. I didn't know I had to just open up my doors and let them go through because they wanted to. So, I mean, this is where I'm at. I mean, I'm kind of stuck. She said I could get the power. Now I got to get temporary power. They said that all the sewers in the ditch was there. It's filled. It's gone. And now I think there's septic water flowing back onto it. And so this whole thing has just been
Sewer water off the inside of the house.
from the house up on the gun range is draining what's into the ditch, which is gone now, but there's still a pipe that goes into the pond. And then the pond's overflow is just an iron gate that flows right onto my property. And so, I mean, I'm just trying to figure everything out. And the guy who did all this wanted the property, and he was trying to make little deals with me back and forth. And no one's got to know this, no one's got to know that. And I'm like, can't do that. One, I'm not at liberty to lose money on this job. I borrowed money to do this. And so, I mean, I am just slammed, and I've been doing everything I can. And then I had connections with the Burmese, and they wanted the land, but they didn't want the houses. And so he didn't want me to sell it to them. And so then, they're getting their trailers pulled off, shot up. I don't know. Like, I just had to hold still for a while, and I'm still cleaning it. I mean, the whole site is dry. It's all plastic. I mean, I didn't know I was obligated to walk you guys through it. I didn't really have time to go through and.
Would you be open to an inspection, let me walk through it?
I mean, kind of, but I mean, I would rather figure out the septic to where I can. I mean, I've dealt with meth houses. I've dealt with the renter section. I mean, I have no problem cleaning these houses. It's all paneling. There's barely insulation in it. The roof's already dry. The one house was on fire. I mean, there's no mold in there. They're all dry. The houses aren't anything special. I don't want to open myself up and then get forced to tear these down before I could even get water in there to clean them. You know what I'm saying? If I could drain water, none of this would be an issue. I just can't start filling up these septic systems when I know they're not going to drain up right into this pond. So I mean, I'm stuck. I mean, whatever you guys, you can.
I don't wish we could go forward with demolition.
We can't. We're still in the public hearing. We have to get out of the public hearing first. So, Greg, why don't you, can you shed some light on this?
I'm looking at the map here, and it looks like he's 2 foot higher than that pond. The pond's at 748, he's at 750. So it's almost impossible for that water to be flowing towards his property. If it's a pond right behind the house here. That's one issue, but that, like Tom said, we don't care about the pond.
So he does
What
have.
we want you to work the outside in.
I know, but I know.
We would like to get the outside done, make the neighbors happy, and then whatever you do to the inside, you can do it at your leisure. That's the problem with some of these properties is we're thinking it backwards.
I know, but
on the inside. Now, as far as electrical, yes, you do get the rest of a new service because the power company come out and make sure it's done properly before they'll come out and send linemen out and waste their time. So it has to be done right. We'll put a sticker on there. We'll contact the power company and they'll come out and get you with that. So then you got power.
But I can do it, you're saying?
You have to have a licensed electrician to do that power, do the new service. Not living things.
Yeah, which I can't because I can't drain water.
Right, so
and I can't, I don't want to hook up the well and everything until I get
Still have to go through the steps.
Yeah, so that's what I thought the whole first half we did. The whole first order we did, I thought was because it was an ugly eyesore.
Right.
And then we got that released.
Right.
And the property has only been getting better. So I thought I did the facade cleanup, made the neighbors happy because there was other houses, buildings, trailers. I mean, there was just trash up to your eyeballs. I mean, it literally took me 2 years and all my money just to clean the property. And I thought we all agreed it was at a good point. So now I can take my time and work through these little deals with the neighbor. I mean, I need to get like permanent easements or ditches dug or, you know, and it was a Norfolk Southern ditch. It's not even like I have liberties to deal with anyone else besides, you know, which I know the bridge inspectors and stuff, but it's just been a long process. And I thought getting the first order released was the part of it. And the complaint that's coming in is from the person who's hounding me trying to buy the property. I mean, I'm going to get harassment charges, you know, filed for that and all him and all that. So I don't have to see him and he can't come on it. But I don't want to start a war with him when I need an easement to even get these houses.
Well, our preference obviously is to keep the, if it's viable structures, is to keep it on the tax rolls.
And that's what I would like to get the city sewer out there.
But if it's, that's why we wanted to take a look at the inside to see if it was really worth trying to salvage, you know, that's.
Which we did that 2 years ago, you know.
I don't think anybody did an interior inspection on the house, right, Greg? It was all exterior.
No, we did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I've done everything I could. I'm trying as hard as I can. My goal is to try to get city sewer out there, jack them up, you know, do real nice, you know, for them, get some clay dirt out there, maybe another pond, whatever. But right now, everything's just flooding in the back, and there's no way for all the water to go. I mean, the whole watershed went into this ditch, and now the ditch is a 10-foot wall of dirt. And then his septic's pouring into it, I think. From
our surveyors manage every pond that's put in to make sure that it doesn't mess with people's water. They have to pull permits.
Who did?
Our surveyor does, and it's done that for years. Don't they go out there, Greg, and inspect them? They got to get a permit. They have to fill an application out. They have to make sure it's not impeding any water flow from any other properties.
Well,
they can deny it. So,
you know.
So, I mean, Jake Cole was doing that.
Well, he said, I don't think he got a permit to do this one. I asked him. He said he got one for the gun range. Because you can see, I mean, it grows. It's grown by double. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not here to sit and rat out my neighbor, but I'm just letting you know that I'm trying to work with this before I go dumping more borrowed money into the house that can't even flush a toilet. The well's fine. You know, the power's new. Everything's been cleaned up, gutted on the inside, you know. I just have to get my septic figured out. And I can't do any more to the houses. I'm maxed out. I put all my money into it. And all of this came when the sale stopped. I mean, I have the text. I have everything from the neighbor, how much he's going to give me, and then when the complaint comes in, how much he's going to give me, and then a complaint came in. I mean, I'm trying. I think we're here because of harassment more than a lack of my efforts. You know, I'm trying.
Any other, Greg, anything you want to add to that?
No,
So obviously it looks
last
like.
order we released out in the last sentence is, if there's any breach of compliance, we'll promptly order. So that's basically what we're going about.
And I need help to figure out how to move forward with finding out about pond permits and all that.
Okay. All right, I'm going to close the public hearing now, and then we'll go to some discussion. So we'll close the public hearing for 4565 and 4539 East Station Road. Okay, thank you. Okay, gentlemen. Andy, any thoughts?
No, I mean, it seems like the first step is to inspect the house.
I think Greg said they've been inside, right?
Been a year or so ago, yeah. I have pictures of some stuff.
So,
is there a way to validate the septic issue? I mean,
yeah, the health department can give us the.
I'm going to file a complaint, so try to get that. And then where do I look for the permits? How do I?
Greg's office.
Surveyor's office, right?
That's surveyor's office.
They're on the issue roads.
I don't want to kick this down the road, but I think it'd be fitting to give them 2 weeks to let DCD get into the building, do a complete inspection on both of these properties. And then for him to come up with a written action plan, what he's going to do to fix up the facade and the buildings to us. As I said, I don't care about your sewage or your problems with your water and all that other right now. What we are here for is for the action that we need to take because of the looks of the property there. And we've discussed it with you before. Yes, you have cleaned up some trees and got a lot of the debris out of there, but there's still a lot to go. So I guess you need to come up with an action plan. And if your action plan is in there, I cannot get septic and the houses are not feasible for me to put any more money into it, what you're going to do with it, then I'd be ready to make the motion to have it demolished.
Lawsuit first before.
I don't care about your lawsuit. I'm just dealing with what's in front of me right now.
You released the orders last time and the house hasn't changed.
And we've got other complaints since then, and that's why we're here today.
And it's not just not him. He might have been one that brought it up, but we
I have copies of the complaints.
well, we hear all the time about that problem.
That's just my suggestion, guys.
So we need to have land use attorney do, Andy, your group do a deeper dive into this on what's, I know Department of Community Development has all their information. We know the Board of Health has approved the septic. We know the last order he took care of. He has cleaned the properties up. But we need to come up, like Tom said, with a plan moving forward and what his obligation needs to be and what our obligation needs to be, Andy, is what we need clarified a little more. I mean, this sounds a whole lot like a neighborhood feud as much as anything, but also I think there's some validity to some complaints that you're not moving along with progress that people can see. So that's.
Yeah, I know, but what is that? Like other buildings are getting dilapidated by the day because mine's not getting better. Every time a window breaks, I gotta come do this. Like they're old houses.
We're complaint driven. We get a complaint and follow through with it. I'm not here to pin on you. I don't even know. We are here because a complaint was given and we've dealt with you before, and that's why we're here. And that was my suggestion. Do you have a problem with letting DCD in your buildings?
I mean, not really.
Yes or no? No?
Joe, when you leave here today, Greg will be out there. He can take a look around.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't want to have to
Well, and his
expose
defense,
myself to too much.
everything he's done outside has been,
Yeah.
really appreciated.
Yeah, like how am I supposed to put my whole life into this and then just bulldoze it because the neighbor destroyed it?
Yeah.
If there was running water, these buildings would be done. And I've proven that with everything I've done there. And I have pictures of when the sales didn't go final, when the complaints came in. The complaints are from the same people. You guys released the houses to me in worse condition than they are now as an eyesore. I know they're an eyesore. I'm working on it. I'm working with 6 kids in a concrete company. All this sweat equity and blood. I can't put more into it when I know that the septic has been compromised. And it was done illegally according to people who I've talked to. And so I have to figure this out to make sure I'm just screwed or not, and I cannot go painting walls and bringing everything out when I know it's going to be changed and done with later on. There's no drywall in the houses. It won't be later. Or it would be later. Everything would be stripped. It would be gutted. Now I'm going to get judged on the house now, and I know it's going to be gutted, and I know I still have stuff to do. So in quotes right now, give me 6 months to make it nicer if you want. But I mean, I can't even sell the properties with these orders on them. I can't list them. I can't do nothing to even get more money, investors, nothing. I've just been stuck.
How many acres are we
Time
talking, Jesse? How many acres are we talking about out there? 6, 6.
less. But the bad, yeah, it's been a lot of issues. The neighbors, the hunters, shooting everywhere, windows. I can't have my kids out there half the time because of blowing birds apart in the backyard. They won't leave. They won't let their dogs stay on their side. It's not like I during the whole pheasant season, I couldn't bring my kids out there. There was dogs running everywhere. I got pictures of that, text of that, you know. It's been a whole bunch of issues with one person. This is a harassment case through and through. And he's got guns being shot nonstop. I mean,
Have you filed a complaint against him?
What?
Have you filed a complaint against your neighbor?
No, no. I mean, I didn't think I needed to. I didn't think it was going to come down to this. And he just kept saying a lot of things that weren't true. And dude, I'm telling you, I'm doing everything as honest and as hard as I can.
Well, Rob, you had mentioned it seems like a good idea, a written plan of attack here, so the commissioners have something of.
But I don't know what my schedule's going to be for the next 6 months. I got the orders lifted so I can take my time and just pick away at my projects on here as I want.
Well, maybe it's a 6-month plan.
Well, maybe I don't have time to just go along with somebody else's orders of what I have to do for my properties. I'm remodeling a house in Fort Wayne, you know. I got a lot going on. I didn't know there was time limits. I didn't know.
You're real close to having me make a motion to just demolish the property so you can just leave. We're trying to work with you. Do you understand this?
I'm working with you.
I don't hear that. I don't hear that, sir.
My efforts have shown that.
Where do you want to go, Mr. President?
Come back with us in 2 weeks with a plan. What you want to do moving forward here?
Can a lawsuit be a plan?
Well, that's not our concern.
If you're threatening lawsuit, then you have your attorney contact our
Not
attorney.
you, with my neighbors.
That's
We can't advise that.
We're about getting Greg in the building.
Yeah, you say it's not drywall, it's not neat, it's not clean. That's really not Greg's concern, is it? Greg's concern is he's looking at structurally. It doesn't have to be pretty.
Those are the things I need time to really buff up and make nice. I don't want to get judged on it right now.
You're just going to get judged on whether it's a sound structure.
I know
Period.
what you guys want to do. I know what Greg wants. I know what everyone's pushing for. And it's going to ruin me.
I don't think you know what I want. I just want to have a clean mind right by everything that's good.
I'm trying. I cleaned up the beer and the poop and the trash and the cars and the trees. I'm trying. And you just want me to bulldoze them and ruin everything I've been working for. Because the neighbor who wants to buy it, the septic problem is his fault. If I can work with him and get it fixed, then it's worth it. If I can't, the houses do have to probably be demolished.
Can you come up with a plan for us?
Can you be there in 2 weeks? We'll have Alicia from the health department here.
I'm gonna go talk to her right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. That's great.
So just come up with a plan.
I just need time. I just had.
We need a motion.
What's that?
We need a motion for this.
No, I don't think you're gonna take any action. You guys can come back to me.
Very good. Gotcha.
Just come up with a solid plan. I mean, we understand that you can't get things done in 30 days as far as everything needs to be done. But you need a plan with some dates that you think you can get some stuff done. Our concern is we're addressing the complaint. So if the complaint's valid, if the complaint is that the roof's bad and you got water leaking in the home, that's an issue. Okay, so that's fine. So just let Greg take a look at it. He's not going to take you to task on cleanliness. He's looking for mold and structural problems. That type of stuff. Broken windows.
Any animals in the building.
That's his concern. He's not going to judge you on what you've done.
Can I get 2 weeks to do that then? And then I'll do the plan and we can.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all right with that.
Yeah. We'll work with you. All right.
Leslie also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll hear him. Just so the public's not going to hear us.
Hi, Leslie.
I assume you just want us here.
Probably need some surveyor here as well, as far as that's probably, so we talked about. Good morning.
Thank you.
Are you ready?
Leslie, you and Aaron have the floor.
All right. So I'm coming in front of you today with different grant applications. The first one is for our community supervision, which includes our day reporting, electronic home detention, our Scram alcohol program, community transition program. So that is our first application. DOC requires us to have two different applications, one for the community supervision side and then one for the work release side. So the first grant you have in front of you is for the community supervision. We are requesting from Department of Corrections $483,136.66 through this grant application. And that will fund personnel, some supplies, and then some contractual items. And the budget is behind the grant application.
So your fringes are coming out of project income?
Yes. Yeah. So the 370,736.66 is all salary, and that's how we've done our community supervision grant for some time. Is the salaries we request those out of DOC, and then utilize our project income funds for benefits.
So the 100 series is salary, 200 series is
Supplies, 300 series is contractual, and then 400 series is they'll never let us apply for 400 series, but that's for like computers, equipment, things like that. So those always have to come out of our project income. So they consider those capital equipment.
So where do you pay your utilities that you're paying us out of? What portion, or is it out of this grant?
I believe for this, I pulled it out of. For this one, I put it in the contractual services under the 300 series. I put $10,000, and I am asking for that from Department of Corrections. Once we know it's midsummer, around July, they let us know what funding that they granted us. So we'll have to do a revised budget at that time, knowing what grant money we have. So the budget may look completely different.
So let me ask you this. Basically, you, I don't know if this is the correct word or not, encumbered the second floor, some additional space for future programs?
Are you talking about the Sacred Heart building?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's attached to our DMHA grant, which it goes in through September 29th of 2026 because it was an extension.
So my question is, are you going to pay some additional monies toward the utilities since you're actually, although you're not occupying that area, we're not allowed to use that area for anything else because it's in your grant.
Right.
So my question is, are we going to get some additional funding set aside for that additional space that, for lack of a better word, you've encumbered or tied up under your programming?
Yeah, I think that's a really good conversation for the advisory board to
Okay.
talk through that. Within our work release grant, I can go into a little bit more with that because we are thinking of two programs that can be underneath the residential work release. One is a transitional housing and one is a supported living, which would have a different fee structure attached to those and different programming, but it would still be under our work release umbrella. So those are just in the beginning stages of conversation. So definitely that would be part of the conversation.
So I had a discussion with you and Judge Newton. You have an operationals fund. What do you call that fund?
The project income.
Project
funds.
income. And at the time, it's like $450,000 in there. And I know you have to take out certain things for wages and insurance and stuff out of there. And I'd asked for you to be able to hone in on that to see what maybe you can probably pass back to the county, help for upkeep on this building. Have you guys started any kind of them looks at your financials to see what could maybe be passed back through to us? And then that way we can take that to your board to have them approve it to see what we can do to help maintain that facility.
So we
And I
did
think that gets to Rob's question. We need some more cash
more
to help keep the facility going.
Sure. One of the things we've been projecting is our catalyst fund that pays for our residential work release staff, both benefits and salaries. Our projection takes us to October of this year that the funding will be depleted. So that's one of the things that we're taking into consideration in our conversations is how much of the project income are we going to need to support the salaries and the fringe to get us to the end of the year and to maintain the residential part.
Sure.
So it's a big conversation.
Well, and to be able to get this grant is based on performance too.
Correct.
So you have tied up the Sacred Heart for the transitional housing. There's no transitional housing over there at all. I don't know what your plans are to be able to get some participants in the transitional homes or building there or even to the rooms. But you're probably going to lose that part of it from your grant because there's been no performance. I'm just guessing that's the way grants usually work. So we definitely need to know what the long term is and what we can do to help proceed on and what we can do to even keep Parkview Behavioral Health with us too. So, and it's going to be some hard conversations between your group and the county commissioners and county council.
Sure.
Because they don't have the money to fund all of your staff if you don't get that grant.
Correct. And we have never received any county general fund. We have never, in the 13 years I've been here, had a line item. So we've been able to
You was
take
very
care of the
fortunate to get
program.
$1 million from the commissioner from our ARPA funds up front to get the
Absolutely.
operation up and running. So that's a huge benefit for you. It's just that we need to do some talking about the monies as time goes on.
Yeah. And it goes to long-term sustainability of the program. And like you said, with performance, right now we're performing with the grant with DMHA and DOC. So
sure. And I'm not saying this that you're not doing your job or your staff's not doing your job because the numbers are here on who you've been able to discharge successfully, calling the drug screens, how many people you've helped, the suicide calls that you're getting, the drug calls, and everything else that's there. There's a lot that goes in with this other than just having participants in the community corrections, but also the community corrections has been a big win for all of us to put someone in the facility at the O'Donnell Center instead of putting them in the county jail. Because we don't have the problem today with the county jail with overcrowding like we did when we first started, but you're having success, and we just want to continue that. But also, we have to be able to prove to county council how we're helping fund that, and just like to see community corrections help pay their way a little bit. But I'm okay with this grant. I've looked completely through it, and I believe Mr. Weisberger, our attorney, has looked through everything too. But we do need to have these sit down conversations.
Sure.
Because they're going to come up before you grant.
And our strategic planning sessions are always in August. That's our month for our advisory board where we really look at everything in detail and look at long-term sustainability and where we're at today and where we're going. So that's our community supervision grant. Our next one is the residential work release, which we talked a little bit about that and adding, hopefully expanding some of those programs underneath that. The residential work release, what we're asking Department of Corrections for is $1,192,612.98. So we're asking them to take on the financial responsibility for the staff and benefits that the catalyst has paid for. So
sure,
we're asking for as much as we possibly can.
And them would be the participants that's housed in the O'Donnell Center, correct? For this work release?
So it would be for work release in the O'Donnell Center, but also Sacred Heart is to take on the staffing to be able to launch those programs.
Okay.
So,
That's the way I understood it. I just want to make sure it was right in my mind.
yes,
Thank you.
you are correct. Any other questions about the work release card? Our third grant that we're applying for is our pretrial services program, and this is through the Office of Court Services. We received our certification this month, so we are a certified program through the state for our pretrial services that we offer. We are asking for $490,338.19, and that's to fund our staff, benefits, and drug testing, training costs, drug test contract, and then the public defender. We've been supplying the court system with public defender funds, and in the amount of that 57,000, or not 57, I'm sorry, the 54,000. So we've been able to launch that and pay for that out of our grants, so that there is a public defender available at those initial hearings. So we'd like to continue that work. And that is our third grant. Questions about pretrial?
What's the rate for the public defenders?
206 for the initial hearing, $206. And that was set by judges and defense attorneys mirroring their contracts that they already have. So
That's been increased since what it was previously?
Stayed the same. We did not increase it.
So you're having trouble finding pretrial?
Defense attorneys?
Yeah.
I think that there were always short defense attorneys, but at least there's an avenue to have them reimbursed for those initial hearings. They aren't fully representing the person just for that initial hearing they're representing.
Okay.
So.
They don't necessarily stay with them through
No.
the whole.
But at least they have legal representation,
Right.
especially if they have not been able to bond out.
Right.
They need to have that at the initial hearing.
Okay.
So we've been able to supply that.
So the next grants are Aaron's, correct?
Yes.
So do you want us to go ahead and
Yeah.
vote on these?
Please.
So are you okay with a motion and add all three of these in my motion?
Yeah. Motion by
Well, I'll make a motion to approve community corrections doing their grants. First one is supervision, the other is residential work lease, and the third one is the pretrial grants. That'd be my motion, and in my motion, I would like to see community corrections on all three of these grants give a monthly report, whether in writing or in person, to the county commissioners on the success of how these particular grants are going.
Motion on the floor by Commissioner Wall, second by Mr. Stuffle. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
And before you set it down, I have a question. We worked out a deal with you guys with the food vendor out there, and there's not much money basically being brought in to keep that particular food vendor. And then also, I've been told that you kind of started your own commissary funds too. Where is the commissary funds going? Are you collecting them? And we've had a deal with the other vendor, or we're going to be stuck holding the bag with that other vendor, so we can know. I'd like to see a report on that too.
Okay.
Okay. Do you still use that other vendor last year?
So we're using Snyder, and we've actually had them starting coming in 3 days a week to keep up with the food supply. We also use them to purchase items from Marketplace for our marketplace, and I have a financial report that I can send you that has the complete breakdown of everything, that all user fees,
That'd be great.
all marketplace, what it's coming in for.
If you would add that to your monthly report with us too, that way we can be kept in the loop. And it is nice that if someone says, ask me, well, how many participants do you have out at the Donald Center? I can tell them either 18 or 12 or 8. It all depends on what's going on upstairs. I totally get that. So, but I want to brag about it. I mean, we are making a success, and we are making strides to move forward. So.
And there is a lot of success happening.
Yes.
So I will include that in my monthly report too as well.
I'm going to put you on the spot. We have social media people that work for Huntington success stories because we have heard them, but we want to share them with the public. Our whole goal when we first started this was to get people back with their families and back to a gainful employment and get them off of what they was, whether alcohol, drugs, or whatever it would be. And I'd like to get some of these awesome stories told out there, and we have people to get that done for you.
So I've had that conversation with Leslie. They're going to be featured in one of our monthly reports and videos. So got new media taking care of that. So you were just a little bit farther down the list. We've hit a couple, highlight a couple things. So this next month or so, Frank will probably be reaching out to you for short interview video. I might participate. We'll just we'll tell some of the stories of what
That sounds
of the
wonderful.
successes. So yeah.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Here are, let me sign. This one's pre-trial, and this one's community supervision. And I'll send copies over.
I'll pop that door open a little bit. It's a little warm in here.
Got hot all of a sudden. Melting.
The windows haven't been open in 100 years, so I don't want to try that. I don't want to hear it passing.
I know. For community corrections. And drug court. Community supervision for community corrections, residential work release for community corrections, and pretrial services for community corrections.
Rod needs to sign.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll talk right here for it.
They have words. Right.
Hi.
Hi, Aaron.
I'm Erin Weisey. Hello, drug court. Here kind of the same as Leslie, but for the DOC grant that ours will do for drug court. The budget has already gone through the advisory board and been approved. So the DOC grant for drug court funds my salary and then partial salary for our drug court prevention officer. The other half of the salary comes through the partnership with community corrections for the DMHA grant, which will end in September of 26. The grant also funds a few supplies, operations for the programming, drug testing, cell phone travel. We also put in something new for the grant for our peer support position that's currently being funded with another grant, but that option is going to end in September of 25. So that's something new in the grant, which was discussed at the advisory board. So at this time, I'm asking permission to move forward. Our budget for drug court is $189,001.
All right. Thanks for getting that to me, Kirk. I read that thing. Read it. So I'll make a motion moving forward on that.
Motion by Commissioner Stuffle to apply for the Honey County Drug Court grant for 2026. Second by
Wall.
Commissioner Stuffle, or Commissioner Wall. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. No opposed. Motion's carried. Thank you, Aaron.
I am going to ask with this grant too, he didn't put it in his motion, but we'd like to have a report on how this grant is doing through the year so we can tell people how it's going. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Make sure we get copies of that, please.
Yes.
The signed.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day, folks.
Thank you.
Stephanie, do you have anything for us?
I just have one thing. I just need you guys to look at and sign the HIPAA roster. It's an annual agreement for the insurance company for the data that they
just one signature on that, right? Yeah.
Nice ink pen.
Andy, do you have anything for us?
Ask Hacker.
I got one for county highway. Thanks, Dave. And I've asked about this before, the control heads or the heads up and down our county roads that used to supply all the phone lines for every county resident in Huntington County for years are dilapidated. They're torn apart. I counted 5 of them up and down 200 south from my road, from State Road 5 to State Road 9. They're just leaving them a mess. They're all over. I know from time to time we have been given bills by these utility companies saying we hit them with a mower and we have trackers on our mowers and we know we weren't even in the area. I guess my question is, we give these easements and they have these things in our right of way and they are deplorable. I mean, and it's not just in my neighborhood, it's in everyone's neighborhood around the county, in the subdivisions. I think I went through Greenwood, the same thing. Not very many people have phone lines anymore. I guess what can we do to help get them to clean it up? And I guess maybe more of an answer either for you, Dave, or maybe for our attorney.
I've actually talked to the phone company, the worker out on the field doing that, and they don't fix them unless there's a problem with them. Unless someone calls in, says their phone don't work, they'll go back to that phone pad and figure out why their phone don't work. But when you don't get any phone calls, if your phone's not working, then they're not going to come out and fix them. But yes, it is a problem of every time a phone pad gets knocked around, you think it's us. And a lot of them farmers have got big mowers too that help out mowing, and they're just as guilty as we are of hitting them. But all we can do is fight with that's why we got trackers on the mowers to keep track of where they're at. The last one I know the phone we hit came into us from 2023. Went back through and the pipe crew didn't work that day. They said it was hit by so it had to be hit by a mower. And we have no way of knowing at that particular time if the mower was there. But we only go 5 foot off the road typically. And some of these are 15 feet. So even if we made 2 passes, we're still not close to them. So
Does the is it called analytics or whatever it is on the front pickup trucks? What do we call that? Violytics. Does that catch?
It catches all that.
Is there a way to get with that company, and if we can pinpoint where they are, we just turn in all the complaints to the utility companies?
I'm sure there probably is.
Just
these are in easements or right of way?
They're
They're the right of way.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to tell if it's right of way because sometimes our right of way only goes from edge road to edge road.
You know, every road's different. We typically base off of where utility poles are set. Kind of tells us where the back of because that's what we've always been told is the utility poles are set to the back of the right of way. Theoretically. I mean, one of our past employees at the county highways dad was in charge of that years and years ago from RMC that set a lot of those poles, and that's how we know that information.
And so how are these getting hit? They're above ground?
They're above ground, but when the weeds, when the farm, you can't see it because of the weeds. When the farmers get done farming in July, they go cut their wheat. They bring their mowers out. They'll mow up the side ditches and waterways, and then they just it's green, blends right in with the weeds, and they just get mowed right over. And if you're not looking for it, it won't even slow you down when you hit it with a lawnmower.
And I would say they're abandoned utility boxes, basically.
Pretty much. I mean, unless someone calls in and complains that your phone don't work.
I guess theoretically you could call 811, have them marked, I guess, before you mow. Not that they're gonna do that.
Well, you're mowing 60 miles a day,
Yeah.
so they won't do it.
I meant the farmers.
Well, the farmers are going to do it either.
I just said they won't do it. Theoretically.
Right? Yeah, because they won't do it. They're just going to go out and pretty up the roadside.
What can we do about it? It's they're trashy.
It's something that's going to have to go to the phone company, and that may have to take something from you guys or even higher up to say, look, you either need to fix them or get rid of them. Do like fiber optics do and put them underground. Then it's just a matter of going right over. And it's across. Yeah, you're right. It is across the state.
So
but if you do like fiber optics and bury them in a box underground where you can drive over them, that's the best thing they ever came up with.
So would it be appropriate to have our attorney, you get the names of what utility companies you think that have them out there and get that to Mr. Boxberger, maybe we send them a pretty stern notice that we want our county cleaned up.
Right.
These are abandoned essentially.
Well, I know
They're functional, most of them.
State Road 5 to State Road 9, I know all my neighbors, not a one of them have a landline.
Right.
I mean, I know that for a fact.
But there's probably somebody, because I was just talking to, it was Todd Little the other day about the phone wire in front of his dad's place, and he said they can't take it down because there's one person down on, somewhere down on your road, Terry, that has a phone. Don't know who it is, but that's why all that's still there.
Sure.
So that's the thing, is there's some old person living somewhere that's probably still got a landline, it's got one wire,
I get it.
and that's till we hit it, or someone hits it and breaks it, they'll.
Well, I personally feel they're just as unsightly as what that guy's house is.
Right,
It's
right,
just that much
I
bad.
agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you give me the information, I'll look into it.
Okay.
Thanks for that.
It's Frontier.
Frontier.
I think it's Frontier,
Thanks for that.
but I don't know if you can walk right over here to the phone store and ask them.
Did you have something? We'll take a break.
Yeah.
Right.
I do.
I'll get this.
Dave's got one thing. Wait.
I got two pipes that are sitting out the south barn that came out of, Division Road at 300 West there in front of Hamels. That's, decommission and get rid of.
So I know which pipes he's talking about.
I've got pictures of
So
them.
when you're selling salvage?
Are they salvaging? Us selling for salvage, or what are we gonna do?
I got a farmer that is interested in buying. The second page, we've got the actual pictures of them.
I have no problem making them salvage and selling to the public, but Mr. Boxberger will tell you, we have to be very cautious if you pick out one farmer to sell it to. He can tell you.
Well, it all depends on the weight and what's the estimated value. I think somewhere around $3,000 probably a piece. Yeah, but that much we're gonna have to put in paper. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I think last time we did a website or something, put that on, put a sign on top of it. And I can put you the statute, what those we have to do to sell.
Right.
So we can declare them salvage and,
Yeah, no longer needed.
set a price on them.
Open it up for, have it for an open bid, yeah.
Let the farmers bid on it for a period, like we did those trucks and everything else, just let them bid on it for a period of time, and
Okay. For big pipe.
because I know a lot of the farmers have some ditches they like to cross, and these are pipes that they can use, but we will not, I don't think, use them. We'll always buy new stuff.
I'll make a motion that we deem those two pipes salvage. Motion by Commissioner Stoffel.
Well, second.
I have a question. He said they're worth 3,000. If they do bids on it, will they get that much, 3,000 for them? Wouldn't that be important to say, if they're worth 3,000?
We'll put a minimum on it, but I don't have to sell them. If I can take them to the scrapyard and make more money, that's where they'll go.
Yeah, he'll get an estimate of what the scrapyard will pay for him.
Yeah.
And then also we have to figure out how about our guys get it to the scrapyard, and then,
Well-
we're not gonna give it away. That's why I said we have to go through a process.
So, but see,
You may say you'll get $50 for it, and then they're gonna sell it, and someone's gonna say, well, I didn't get 1,000 or 3,000 for it.
until the
we could
day
scrap it for-
until the day I sell them, I can't tell you what the scrap price is, because scrap prices change weekly. So it'll just have to be a kind of at that.
Do you wanna put a bid on it?
No, I
Just check it.
pay for it.
Oh, we're gonna get money.
For 3,000, I don't know if someone will get 100 and say, okay, you got to pay.
You're not gonna see that.
Okay, got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion's carried.
Break time.
Yeah, quick, real quick, we did get our community crossings grant, right, Bridget? For $1.477 million, and our match is almost $500,000. So we have $2 million to dedicate to roads improvements in Huntington County this next year.
Awesome.
We're gonna take the, what's that?
I have an unofficial detour. NDOT is gonna be doing a bridge deck overlay on State Road 124 over I-69. So we've come up with a unofficial detour in Huntington County. And that will be using County Road 200 East to 800 South to State Road 5, and then County Road 200 East to 400 South
We'll make a motion to approve that detour for state highway.
Motion by Wall, second by Commissioner Stuffle. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed, motion's carried.
Chris, did you have those agreements from Jessica as well?
Yes.
Because she got an extension just until today. She was being induced today, she's not here, so. But these are the agreements that I didn't see, and then we got them all squared away, so they're ready to go.
Wait for it to be done. We're just gonna take a break. We're not adjourning, right?
Yeah, we're just gonna take a break, 10-minute break. We got a bid opening at 11.
Okay.
So. guys close that door, please? Thank you.
Sorry, I had my brother who's talking about here.
Okay, it is 11:02. We're going to open these fuel bids for the highway department in Lincoln County. And we'll let Commissioner
That's about
the magic letter opener.
Sunco LLC. Sunco. Okay, unleaded.
Vendor name.
Sunoco?
Sunoco. Let's see here. We have it broke, is it broke down in, this is the copy of the first one. So it says unleaded, $2.09 or 2.09999.
Unleaded? That's
Unleaded.
without taxes, that's it, is it?
Does not say. It says item, quantity, unit, description. Tax is not included. Tax not included on this up here. And then we got diesel fuel is $2.3474. So it's $2.3474. And then winter diesel is 2.3774 for that one.
And what was unleaded again?
2.0999.
2.0999.
Okay.
Okay. That's Sunoco.
Yep. And all that other paperwork. That's all we should have, right? Just those three.
So that was pre-taxes and pre-transportation. I was told the bid to include all of that, so.
Does it say pre-transportation in the bid packet?
Well, maybe I read it wrong. I read it as your final cost after taxes and after transportation. So that's what I did.
Okay. Richard, when that letter went out, that's what we asked for, wasn't it?
Well, they'll take these bids back and review them, and we'll determine if they're responsive.
Okay, so I'm just saying, like, ours is gonna be considerably higher than Sunoco because they don't include taxes and transportation. That's
Yeah, some
that's what
taxes
the
you do.
document said, do not include.
Some taxes you do.
Do not include?
Not include taxes, that's correct.
Okay, so
Do
we'll,
not.
we'll specifically look at what the bid document said, and like legal said, we'll take them under advisement. We are going to decide today for sure, so we can lock in the price, whatever that is, or whoever that is. So, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have a name on it, yeah. This is next. I mean, that's you?
Correct.
Okay. Next.
Okay, gasoline for National Oil Gas unit price is 3.080 per gallon. And that's got tax probably added onto it.
The way I understand it has taxes in it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's correct. That's the locked-in price for 4 year taxes and freight and everything.
Okay.
Now, number 2 diesel unit price is 3.4134.
3.4.
That's the winter blend price.
That's the winter blend price.
It's not the straight
This
diesel.
says number 2 in the class.
Well, there's another page right behind that.
Is there? Okay.
I'm sorry. There we go. That's the regular one.
This is the winter, then the winter blend. First one was regular diesel. This one here is the winter blend diesel, and it's 3.388
that should be the regular, then 3.4.
Just flip it.
3.4 is the winter blend.
I'm just reading what it says here. 3.388, and then this one is 3.413. So that's the two diesels. Gas is on here too then?
Yeah, that was probably red.
So these quotes from National are taxes and transportation for
That's
those.
for the full year, that's locked in price.
All right.
We already did gasoline, right? So, got all those then? Okay.
Transportation and tax, okay. Our last one's Keystone. And you bid yours off with taxes there, right? No.
There are no taxes in there. Because the bid document said do not include taxes, so we did not put it. We don't pay taxes.
Okay. Okay, so before I move on and open this then, so why didn't you procure vendor then if we don't pay taxes?
I am sorry, the guy that normally did all this is on vacation, that's what he told me, that was my understanding. So he must have, we're just wrong then.
Okay.
Well, he told me it was not sales tax, but it included excise tax.
Yeah, there is. There is
That's
some.
what I did, I did not include sales tax, I included excise tax.
Okay, excess.
What's that exact amount?
I'm sorry?
What's that exact amount for the excise tax?
The state was, for the gas, it's 35 cents, for the diesel, it's 59 cents.
Thank you.
And then the federal, which I was told included, we could take that out, the federal, 18.4 for gas, 24.4 for diesel. And I was told to include that from the guy, but if we could take it out, let's take that one.
There's something to be said for reading the bids and bidding correctly.
I understand, I understand.
You guys ready? Okay, from Keystone, summer diesel unit price is 2.2680. And then the winter diesel is 2.3380. And then gasoline unit price is 2.1360. 2.1360.
Would you repeat the winter blend again for me, please?
Winter blend is 2.3380.
Thank you.
Again, maybe the guy gave me the wrong, he gave me this notice to bidders, and it said prices to be included with excise tax. Maybe we got the wrong bid sheet.
We're working on grabbing the bid sheet right now.
I'm sorry.
I think it is that we don't pay sales tax, right? Everybody has to pay taxes.
And the form that we got said include, but again, maybe he gave me more form.
Is that all of them?
That is it.
Well, I'll make some motion to take these under advisement and we will decide on these within the next hour. Or if not quicker. That'd be my motion. Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. No opposed. Motion's carried. Thank you.
Do you want to subtract the taxes? Subtract them taxes and tell us what them two numbers are. I don't think I wrote them down correctly. Please. The rest of them has been here. This is not the first time someone's put taxes in there. You know that. So I've seen this a couple days. So and I wasn't writing fast enough what the federal was. So I'll let you tell me what them numbers are, please.
So, Bridget, on our usage, what's the breakout for diesel versus unleaded of the few 100,000 gallons that we purchase? Just out of curiosity. So about 100,000 in each group of unleaded versus diesel.
So it says the price we're going are with excise tax, less sales tax. So excise tax is supposed to be.
Okay. Okay. You don't have excise tax in yours.
No, neither do, yeah, others is.
Excise tax would be the same though for everybody.
Exactly the same, yep. No matter what.
Excise is the same for everybody.
Okay. Be the same for everybody. So. That's yours. Okay.
So right here it says.
There's our numbers. That was my initial breakdown. So I just subtracted out the taxes from there.
So these are the numbers down here.
Well, no, I'm sorry. These are my numbers. I just went out with Keystone. You just said so. So these are my numbers. With excises. Without the
Yes, excise tax, but not sales tax?
Correct.
So yours is right.
I think so.
Yes, yours is
Yeah.
right.
So I broke it down without taxes. Yeah. Everything is included. Locked in for the year.
This is what so now it's 209, 237. Keystone's 213, 233. That's why I was asking.
Right.
So we could. What's these guys come out of?
Yeah. What's the number? Right. There's Smoker's number. This is national.
So we've, let's see, national, actually, you guys are the highest of the three, even with figuring the excise tax and everything. So it's really down between Keystone and Sunoco. And never really had this before, but it's actually a dead heat on the gallonage. Each side, if you calculate 100,000 gallons on each side of diesel and unleaded, so I think the commissioners want to work with Keystone on this because they've worked with us in the past, and also they've allowed us to do some things with some temporary tanks until we're up and running. So we feel like we've got a really good working relationship. But our attorney's gonna. He said he's never in the 22 years he's seen fuel bids, he's never seen it, anybody come in a dead heat. But Andy's gonna do a deep dive here in the next hour or so, and but this is where we're headed. Is I think we're going to use Keystone unless Andy tells us we have to do something else to break the tie. So.
A related and unrelated question with those temporary tanks that you have now. Do the approximate time frame as to when the big tanks will be back in service?
June 1st, I think.
Okay. The reason I asked that question on our bid, because we obviously are delivering on the small truck, that takes into account the small truck deliveries until June as well. We're doing the same price.
Okay.
So that should, in my mind, it should break the tie with Sunoco on the gas because we're doing the small truck price, the full transport price in the small truck until June.
Also, you've loaned us the tanks, the temporary tanks, 2,500 gallon temporary tanks, and so that's. I can't speak for. I think I'm speaking for Tom and Terry that we want to go with Keystone, but Andy's gonna do a quick check to see if make sure we're all legal as far as when you have a tie, you have a tie. So we have to have a tiebreaker, and I don't disagree with your thoughts on the tie-breaking part of it. So we'll let you know within an hour here for sure. So, okay.
Thank you, though.
Okay. While we're waiting, last Thursday we had a commissioner sale of surplus properties in the county that did not pay their property taxes. It was not sold at the treasurer's tax sale. There was 11 parcels total. 7 of them sold, and at least 2 of them went to neighbors that have property right next door to them. So that was a good sale, and glad to see these off of our books.
You yeah, step up to him.
Well, I mean, just so I'm learning, Sunoco said, and I realize this is done for this year, but Sunoco said that they didn't include freight. I don't know, Keystone, you didn't include absolutely. I don't know. Okay, we have this. It just said tax is not included in pricing, it doesn't say.
Why would you not include freight when this is that's part of the process that you deliver the product?
I thought somebody said it was just their cost. I must have misunderstood. Okay.
I guess just a cautionary tale then to read the bid doc. One thing we are going to do is these bid documents that we've sent out for years need to be revised and probably made a little clearer. I think that's important moving forward. We've had some changes in the highway department, and so we've got some new leadership out there. So moving forward, we're going to make it a whole lot easier to decipher how the bid process is.
So other counties, we do break it all out. Right. And I'll just leave now, so I'm not going to sound racist. I'm the only one that submitted, this is my cost for every gallon for the entire year. How will you guys audit it because you don't know anyone else's price? Like if you get an invoice, mine is the only one that you can actually audit it and say, this one actually was 407B, and this is what it is. We're the only one that You don't answer, I'm just curious.
I think we made a determination excise tax is the same across the board. It's not a discretionary number. So it's enough to cost excise.
Okay, so it's like that for every
That would be good. Yeah. And that's what you use to figure it out.
Right. And we, well, those numbers that I showed you, excise is the same for everybody across the board. So I didn't plug in the excise number, which is going to make it grow exponentially, obviously. But everybody's going to pay. It's the same. What I figured was the price per gallon times 100,000 gallons in each group. Calced it out, and it's a dead heat between those two. Your number was higher.
That's fair. Okay. I appreciate your time, everybody. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What it boils down to by us doing this, it's a huge savings for the county, for everyone to be able to budget on a yearly basis, from the sheriff's department to the services that we give all the way across the board, EMS to keep our costs down. And we put this out for bids, as you say. You guys obviously read the bid, and it's just part of it. But we know we have some things we want to do on our bids for next year. But I was really happy this weekend seeing the national news. Fuel prices went down. So this has been a win-win for us today. I mean, you guys are amazing, but I'm also thinking it's been amazing the last 3 days what's happened in America. Helped us on this Monday here too. Am I correct?
Yes, if you do this a month ago or 6 weeks ago, that number's quite a bit higher for anyone.
Right. I tell you what made me nervous is when the Houthis started bombing them in the straits over there. I mean, it can turn on a dime. World War III breaks out in the Middle East and over in the Gulf, and we're all just automatically we're paying a whole lot more. So.
Yeah.
What was it 2 years ago? We had that happen with some of the early bids, not you guys.
Right.
Some of the early bids that were in November and December when diesel fuel hit $5 a gallon. That's
right.
Those counties were
right.
Yes.
Yes.
To your point, exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the luck of the draw for sure. So.
Historically, your timing's almost perfect, though. I mean, we've done it well. Yeah, it's almost. There is nothing that's perfect, but that later February, early March has been historically a very good time.
Yeah, every year that's happened. I bought a lottery ticket and it has not went further. I'll just tell you, it happens right here.
Not working for
But we started doing this. I learned about this actually in road school years ago. That the state puts on, the counties were doing this, and it's been a win-win for us. I know for the city alone, it saved them millions of dollars over the last 17 years. And I didn't put the numbers of what we do in the county, but it's helped us maintain emergency services through Parkview Hospital because we let them buy the fuel at our contracted rate, and it helps with them to be able to budget through the year for EMS services too. And we've teamed up with our HAT group with the senior health or the senior transportation. So it's good. It's good to have 3 people in your bid. Thank you very much. So I don't want to complain. Transportation from probably the bulk tanks to our county highway is not that far, but I don't know where you get it. I'm just
it comes out of Peru.
Okay. See, I don't know where it comes from, but yeah, I get it.
It's not significant.
Sure, but thank you for bidding, everybody. For sure.
Okay. Any more items we need to discuss this morning? Okay.
Well, that's a motion to pay that out of courthouse account.
Motion by Wall, second by Commissioner Stuff. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. None opposed. Motion's carried. Thank you.
I just want to say today was the first day that we did the Zoom and with our new sound system here. And people were texting me they could not hear. They're telling me more than what I want to know about, hey, turn up the mic gain or whatever, speak closer here. But I will tell you, we are having our vendor come in here and check out the system because it was tested prior to this meeting. And the question was also asking me for closed caption. I don't know if that can happen or if they can process. We're trying to be transparent with everyone. Hopefully everyone sitting at home can hear us when we finally get this taken care of. And my friends that have texted me and said they could not hear me, call me and I'll tell them what happened here today. I'll be glad to. So they probably can't hear me, so that's whatever. But, I think we're on the path to getting it done. And hopefully, I think everyone in here, you can hear us, correct? So, you hear it back there, Mike? Good deal. That's, I just want to say that because people were hammering me, hey, you spent money on the system, we can't hear you. But hey, yeah, see, they told me to speak up, so it's all about you, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll tweak the system and make sure it's working properly. So let's get a few bugs out of it. So, Jill, do you have anything for us?
Just that the annual financial report was submitted a little over 3 weeks ago, which opens up a time frame for audits to start being scheduled. So anytime now, I could be getting a phone call from an account saying we'll be there in a couple days. So that doesn't leave us a lot of time to clean the floor space for them. So I just like to kind of go ahead and secure a spot for them unless they are ready to come in.
We still have a spot open that they was in last year. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
I would say that'd be a place to go.
Yep. That'd be okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you want us to wait or do, we can,
I've got somebody looking into it right now.
Okay. We should have an answer.
we're good, I just didn't.
But if you have the paperwork to sign, you don't mind waiting, I think they probably handle it pretty
Well,
quick.
I don't have the paperwork because we want to make sure we got it, but
Okay.
I can get it and I can get the fuel bought.
Okay.
So obviously.
Why don't you get that in motion? Get the paperwork in motion.
I'm sure it's fine. Just need to
Okay.
check. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, so double check.
Okay, so we'll go get the fuel
Yep,
bought.
yep.
Get the paper. You'll have, who do I need to send the paperwork to?
Don't buy, start picking.
Okay.
Buy like cheaper.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think you have my cell phone number. Or do you need it real quick?
Give it to me.
Yeah, 260-571-3110.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. All right.
You got me around this afternoon. Get this done.
Yeah. I gotta meet Frank though. Do every 2 weeks he meets me after the commissioner meeting and go over the meet new stuff for the social media piece.
So I'd like to make a motion to allow President Rob Miller to sign the documentation for the winning bidder for our fuel pending our county attorney's observation that the documents are correct. That would be my motion.
At the prices we sold.
At the prices we've seen, yes.
Second.
Motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Thank you.
That's not a promise.
Don't lose
I'm feeling this thing. Keep my streak going.
They were found. I mean, we gotta find them somewhere. But
Where did they find it? In my drawer.
Down there.
Yeah, down here in the box.
What else we got?
Recess or yeah, we can.
Rob, you took one of those agreements. We haven't voted on those yet. The pass-through agreements.
Oh, okay. My fault. My fault. So, yeah, pass-through agreement with the hat, right? Is that what it's for? Yeah. Just bring it up. And you looked at these, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to have a motion and a second on this pass-through agreement with hat. Legals looked at it, approved it.
Well, I'll make that motion to sign that pass-through agreement.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Wall, second by Duffel. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. None opposed, motion's carried. Thank you. We got stuff.
you want to talk about the TWN lease?
Yes.
So it looks like the rate was $3,000 a month, I believe. Yes. They want to come in here and present to you, so
They want to come what?
they want to present to you.
Okay.
For 1 year is what we were was our preference, and we were going to increase the rate $500.
It's up to you. Yes.
Is what our proposal was. So they want to come in and speak to us.
I don't think they got a proposal back. They just sent their initial email. There was some conversations, some emails that went back and forth. So we just need to reach out to them. And but I guess you need to kind of determine what your thoughts are.
I'm okay with leaving there another year. I'd like to see it raise $500 cost of inflation, but I also would like our county attorney to look over this agreement, because our original deal was when they went in there, they left their improvements, which would be the building, the chain link fence, and the other improvements, the water and sewage. I want to make sure that is really locked down tight, so when they leave, that we still get that building.
Okay.
They are, I think, 2 years past their original time she was going to leave, which I'm not one to say we want to kick them out, but I think we should at least get a little bit more monetary support, because the people that we want to move into that building, which would be emergency management, when they leave, we have to pay more money for their rental to keep them where they're at. So
Yeah, we got about $500 on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that's that.
So I don't need to vote or anything. I will just communicate that to them when I
Yeah,
schedule
and
it.
make sure Mr. Boxberg needs to take a look at that.
Yeah, I've got to pull the original lease. All I have here is the first amendment to the lease.
Okay.
So, okay, that's what I needed.
You probably didn't even know about this agreement, but they came in to put high-speed internet in Huntington County, and then they needed a yard to be at. So our agreement was is that they would rent or lease the property, they would build a building, they would give us the building when they left. It was supposed to be out 2 years ago, I think it is. Because of COVID, things took longer to get built out than what they was. And then in that time, we had planned on moving emergency management into their building when they moved out. Well, emergency management sent a building down that we had to pay extra to keep them where they're at across the street. So I want to see them get the rest of the county built out over here. It's not their fault COVID hit, but then we get a nice building out of it too.
The original agreement was for the 3 years, I believe, Andy. The original agreement was for 3 years, and in lieu of acquiring the building. So at the end of the 3 years, we said we would like some grant for additional compensation outside of the building, which was in the original agreement. So that's why. So we agreed that last year for 1 year for $3,000 a month, and then, like you heard earlier, we want to raise that rent to $3,500.
This is the first one. Now this will be the second one. Okay, so that's what I took the 20.
Yes, so this is old.
Okay.
Yes, so whatever we do now would be a second.
Got it.
Gretchen, do you have anything for us?
Any landfill stuff you think we need to know about?
Phil, you want to just touch base on the landfill real quick? We've
the only thing, I'm sorry, yes, we did meet with Glenn Howard out there. I think that reviewed his emails sent to us with regards to some of the stuff that's going on. We got some work to do. We talked about the options of the tree planting is a hygiene test, basically, what it's going to be. And so there was only, when I say like 16 trees, I think everybody, there wasn't a big quantity of trees. The dirt jumped the next thing, the dirt with the open gas project that goes forward. We're still going on clarification for that. They want to know the deep soil types now. So that's kind of that in a nutshell. We're nowhere different. We just got production and action items that Glenn said us that we're going to be looking at in the very near future.
Okay. Yeah, Glenn's just trying to find the best path for us moving forward and keep them, happy as far as what we're doing. So the concept behind the trees is they can pull water off the cap and keep the keep that stuff from
Well,
migrating.
the roots of those trees you referenced, they, I don't know if they got similar mold, but they'll push the roots down as well.
Right.
Hold the moisture out of the, where it's being held. Okay. Good.
And I know Stephanie got Andy some old documentation, possibly, which I'm sure it's probably not very clear on what transpired over the years, other than we're stuck with it. I think probably for eternity. So. Anybody else?
I want to email Richie today, a couple of days, just to mow the top, keep the brush down.
Yeah.
Kind of one of the things we talked about with them out there last time was just to keep the weeds down, look twice a year, brush and grow out.
Okay. Any public comment? Yep. If not, I entertain a motion to recess.
So,
sorry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign? No opposed?
You coming back today?
I am.
But you're coming back in session with me, right?
Or no? I'm going to sign that paperwork. I need to sign
We just give him permission to sign it.
You already gave permission to sign.
Yes,
Yeah. That was the only thing I was going to do. So.
By doing that, that sticks Rob here to be longer than we are.
Yeah,
Just saying.
You guys can leave and I have to stay here. So.
We'd never do that to you, Rob.
It's all right. You got a long memory.
Rob, I'll text you as soon as I get confirmation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen a time before.
No.